Off the show with a feel-good story. I think we need that after the weekend we have all endured. Joining us is Debbie McPherson Edwards. She's from Learned, Mississippi. She is a blogger for Grand Magnolias, and she wants us all to be a Henry. So welcome, Debbie.
Hi.
So be a Henry. This is definitely taking social media by storm for all the right reasons. I even shared this over in the Good Things Facebook group for those who are scratching their heads, but hang with us. We'll introduce you to Henry. And so, Debbie, I tracked you down because you're the one who actually wrote the piece and posted the photo. And if you are looking at supertalk.fm/watch, you will see a photo of Mr. Henry. So tell us, Debbie, who is Henry?
Well, Henry was, and I'm going to say this is my UPS man, but I think that everybody who had Henry claims that he is their UPS man. From once I realized that when I started looking out on Facebook, when he retired that day, I realized, oh my goodness, well, everybody else feels the same way I do. But Henry was our UPS man for over 35 years. In our area, and he was more than just our UPS man. He was our family member. He not only delivered our packages pretty much on a daily basis, I think. He ministered to our family in ways I don't think he even realized he did. And we love him. I mean, we will always love him. I mean, he was there, like I said, for 35 years. So I think I was like 24 years of age when he started our route. He watched my children grow up. I had a 3-year-old when he first started. Then I had 2 children after that, and I've had grandchildren even after that. And Henry knows my family. He has watched my parents grow old, and my parents have passed away. He has taken time to know us individually and do his job well on top of that. And it's just amazing how this man has been able to do that. And I just thought it was just us until I realized after he retired and I started seeing people all over post the same things about Henry. And then I realized, like, who is Henry? How can Henry do all this and do his job well at the same time? And I started thinking about, I want to be a Henry, because Henry is touching lives. He's not only doing his job, he's out there being a servant. What is it about Henry that is really touching all these people? Because, I mean, it's not like he's delivering these, the stuff, and we're paying for this stuff, so that can't be it. So what is it about Henry?
Well, Debbie, if you see his photo, you know that his smile says a lot. There's a huge twinkle in Henry's eyes, and it feels like he just thoroughly enjoys the work that he did. As you mentioned, he spent 35 years on one route with UPS, got to know your family as well as your community there fairly well. And it's kind of important, the fact that you were pretty rural, so you had a lot of package delivered. It wasn't like you could just go to town. So you got to know your UPS delivery guy, that's Henry, a little bit more than maybe some of us who live in a more urban area. I don't think I've ever, one thing from this story, Debbie, is I don't know if I've taken the time to notice if we've had the same delivery person for FedEx or UPS or any of the others. When did you start to make the connection that, hey, Henry's a face, he's coming by all the time, and that first sort of relationship start?
Probably, I probably noticed it probably later on in my probably 40s. I won't probably say probably in my age of 40s when I really started connecting, because that's when my parents were starting to age a little bit more. And instead of delivering just, like I said, my mom always was ordering stuff, but he started delivering medication. And my mama was a talker. And I want to point this out. Yes, Henry was doing his job, But let's just talk about this. People do their job every day because that's what they get paid to do. But there was more to just doing his job. I mean, obviously Henry did his job and he did it well, but there was something obviously special about him because he was taking time to really talk to people. Obviously, there was something about him that people felt he was approachable. That's important in this day and time to me. We're missing that.
We are definitely missing that. And you can tell, Debbie, by people's response to your little write-up there for Grand Magnolias. I think it's been shared well over 100 or close to 150 times. Even those who found the story over in the Good Things Facebook group have shared it multiple times because right now we need more Henrys in this world and we need to be like Henry. And I know you've actually reached out to him to let him know that the internet has been taking him by storm, at least in a positive way. What was his reaction to being internet famous?
Well, I don't know what his reaction is to being internet famous, but I do know I approached him before I asked his permission if I could even write a story about him. And I shared the story that I had written about him, and he texted me. And he told me that he was crying when he read it, and his wife asked him, what's wrong with you? And he basically told me, he says that he was moved by the story, and he texted back and he says, I will always be your UPS man. And he basically told me that he loved us and he would always remember us too. And this man does know us. He knows every one of us. I mean, we're not just a number to him, an address. We are people. I mean, he touched us, but we touched him. That's what we need to get back to. We need to be Henrys where we're personable with everybody. We need to be full of joy and love and gentleness and goodness. I mean, it wasn't just a job to him. This is his life. This is what he reflected when people saw him. They were drawn to him, and this is what we need more of right now.
We definitely
need
more Henrys, and I love how it was sort of a call to action there in your Facebook post. You ended it by saying sometimes we'll find love in the most unexpected places, and you found it in the face of your UPS man, Henry. And I think it's just a good reminder here on Good Things today, Debbie, that no matter what your vocation is, you have no idea what the ripple effects are. You thought your family was special, but apparently not, because Henry was, showing that same kind of attention and kindness to everybody on his route for 3+ decades. Now, I know he's retired now. Have you gotten your new UPS person? Because I kind of feel sorry for them coming in after someone like Henry. Or have you already just sort of set the stage with them and welcomed them in, onto their route with loving arms?
He's young, and I hope that I know obviously people have probably started talking to him, and he probably feels intimidated, like, oh my gosh, I can't fill Henry's shoes. But everybody is not the same. But I hope that we in the community will realize that he's not Henry, but we need to be Henry to him. And that's the way I hope everybody looks at it, is everybody needs to love and show that acceptance and treat him the way we would want Henry to treat us, and accept him and realize, okay, he's new. He doesn't know this area, and we need to show this person love and acceptance and realize that he's not Henry right now, but give him a chance and not come down hard on him, because let him grow. Show him who we are. Show him love and acceptance, and give, because he's got a sweet smile too.
I feel like, Debbie, he's going to love y'all's route and everybody on it. And I love the fact that you took to Facebook and put something positive out there. Again, the original's found on Grand Magnolias, but you can also find it over on the Good Things Facebook group. Thank you for your time, Debbie.
Yes, well, thank you so much.
And here is your call to get to know your delivery person. You never know. You may have a Henry delivering to your home or be a Henry to others. I think that's a slogan we can all get behind, but stick with us. More Good Things up next.